Let's talk with Lilith in Finland. Hello, Lilith.
Hello.
Hi, can you hear us?
How are you guys this fine evening?
Doing good. Thank you for calling in from so far away. How can we help you tonight?
So, let's get to the chase. Cut to the chase. So I have been together with my current partner for 4 years. Actually, our 4-year anniversary is coming very soon.
Oh, congratulations.
And she is part of a very deeply religious and conservative family. In fact, her family is a long lineage of priests and church workers. So they don't know I exist.
Yeah, that's often the case with very religious family.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do about it because they are, the family is very, very controllive. And we can't move in together. We cannot get married. We are engaged, but we cannot get married, not because of laws or anything, just simply because the family will be there. They will be there. And
yeah, what's the relationship with the family like at this point?
Sorry?
What's the relationship like with the family at this point? Are they deeply involved in her life?
Close. They are very close. They do not live in Finland. Yes, they don't live in Finland, so they're not physically in touch every day. But they do. They call every day essentially, and she loves her family very much, and the other way around as well. They used to be very controlling. She had a bit of a break with them, but yeah, they don't know I exist. She loves them, and she doesn't want to break their hearts. Literally,
Yeah,
they are
really,
having health problems.
That always complicates things. Have you talked about this with your fiance? Have you talked about what she wants, whether she wants to come out as a couple, or is this something that just you're pushing for, or is she also wanting this?
We have both talked about this ever since our first year together. It is one of the major breaking points in our relationship because we cannot move a single step forward at this point. So we have talked about it very often. We've had not necessarily fights over it, more about, well, intense discussions, but she wants this, and while I am okay with taking as much time as is needed, she's essentially waiting for the right moment to tell them, but I have the feeling that there will not be a right moment.
Yeah.
I guess I'm wondering, are you looking at this point for a question of how to do this or whether or not to do this? Because from what I'm hearing from you, this is still very much an up in the air decision, at least on her part. Is that the case at all?
No, we have both decided that it will be known to them at some point, and we are both wanting to do this. We just have no idea how to do it. We have gone all the way from let's just break it to them, just bluntly, just tell them this is what it is if they ever ask. Because I feel like there's no point in us just coming forward and, just shouting at their faces, this is the case, deal with it.
Yeah.
But if they ever asked about any of this, they would know about it immediately with no sugarcoating. But it's not quite as easy as that, is it?
No, it's very hard too when the family doesn't ask in the first place, right? Because that gives you a clue too that maybe they suspect something that they just don't want to know. And so they are actively avoiding that situation. I know from living with very religious family members, if you are a cishet person, the first question grandma asks every time is, so when are you getting married? Who are you seeing? Who's in your life?
The thing is, The thing with my partner's mother is she does ask, but she asks, so, are you with a man? Have you found a man for yourself yet?
Mm-hmm.
And we do have the suspicion that they also suspect something, but, well.
Yeah, it almost feels like a lot of posturing going on.
Yeah.
There may be some value in
Interesting about it.
introducing some sincerity to that situation. If they're asking, oh, so are you seeing somebody, or if they're asking specifically, are you seeing a man, that might be a moment to jump in and say, no, I'm not, because I'm engaged to a woman, or something along those lines. And the fact that she's not giving that answer, I'm certainly not going to penalize her for it, because I see the pain and the difficulty of all of this. But if I'm hearing that y'all have made the decision that it's time for them to know, it feels like that's, if not a window, then certainly almost a responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, sorry if I'm cutting any of you out. There's a little bit of a delay, probably also because of the distance. I do apologize.
No worries at all. No, you're good. We're used to a little bit of a delay on these shows, so we compensate for it just fine. I'm hesitant to give you like concrete advice here, just because it's such a tense and touchy situation that has so many people involved, none of whom I know personally. I know we are just strangers on the internet, as we like to say, but my thinking might be good to put some kind of forward end goal in place. So say maybe by this time next year, I want to be married. You have a year to find that right time, right? Don't push it off into the distant future whenever it happens. If you say, hey, you have a year, then there's going to be motivation to try and create that right time, or find that right time, or maybe, settle for a less than perfect time, because honestly, this is going to be a hard conversation probably, and it is going to entail some hurt feelings, and that's horrible that we have to be in a society where that's the case. But I don't think there's going to be a day where it won't hurt. It's going to hurt at some point. So having that end goal as something to even look forward to, right? Hey, we have to go through this really tough conversation, but now we can move forward with these plans for getting married. Now we can move forward with our relationship fully out in the open. That's got to be something to look forward to as well.
Yeah,
well,
almost like
I like that answer. Sorry, I'm just to say I like that answer because it really emphasizes Lilith's autonomy, as well as your fiance's autonomy. It's becomes less about how do I convince her, or how do we do this, or it just gives both of y'all a chance to say, I have a job to do, or I have a need that needs to be met, and how do I do that? I think if you uncouple your fiance's actions a little bit and let her know, I need for this to be resolved. I need for us to get married, whether it's a year from now or 6 months or whatever feels right for you. And then let her respond to that need. Dan, you jump in. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, I like how V framed it, because it's an invitation to have that family join you on your life journey. Because that's the emphasis, right? It's like, this is my life. This is how I'm living it. And you're welcome to be a part of that life and a part of that experience. And so like, here's the olive branch. I'm not trans and I can't really speak to that experience, but one thing about coming out is I've only had one coming out time, and that was talking about my atheism. And the long story short of that was my mother found me talking about atheism online, and I had no idea that she knew. And so the disadvantage there was she saw me raw and unfiltered, and I had no control of that narrative. And she saw all that. And that's one of my biggest regrets, because I didn't get to break that to her, and I didn't get to tell her my story the way I would have wanted her to hear it. And so I think that's going to be more impactful if you give them that chance to, explore that and explore how, I don't know, your life has gone up till now. And because the reason why I say that too is because like my mother was really hurt that I didn't tell her for a long time. Right. And that might be something that happens too, right? It's like, oh, why were you keeping this from us? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, because we didn't want to hurt you. Like, that's kind of the whole thing. But it's a tough thing to explain. It's a tough thing to explain. So I definitely feel for you, Lilith. And I hope things go well. I do.
I believe that they will. One could say that I have faith.
Well,
One
glad
could.
to hear it. Best of luck.
As for the
Yeah.
deadline, we have actually already done that.
Oh, good. Okay.
Excellent.
Yes. A year from when we had gotten engaged. That was 2 years ago.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
the deadline
it's,
is over,
it's
and
again, it's
we have-
examining like what your boundaries are and what your
Right.
needs are, and figuring out if this is the right relationship for you. We certainly hope so, because it sounds like there's a beautiful passion there.
Yeah. We almost broke up over this already once because of the deadline going past, and well, we're a bit lost, but I suppose she just, she has to assert her authority over her own life.
Mhm.
I don't know if I can help her with that any more than I already have, but has to be some self-reflection. Yes, self-reflection, I
Mhm.
believe.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that it's probably very helpful to have someone like you who's willing to celebrate that autonomy and help how you can. I'm sure that coming from a very religious family, that wasn't something that was, prioritized with her growing up. And so it's probably is taking a long time. But it sounds like you are a good person for her. So I do hope it works out. Please feel free to call back and let us know how things go if you do have a confrontation with your family. If it is something that that either blows up or goes really well, either way, we'd like to hear back from you.
I shall keep you posted.
All right. Thank you so much, Lilith. Thanks for
Thank-
staying up so
Thank
late to
you.
talk to us.
Thank you all three for your advice, and please have an amazing rest of the show.
Thank you.
You.